Okay, welcome. And now we're going to solve problems using IR spectroscopy. That is really the fun part of knowing different IR frequencies and assign them with different functional groups. And that is used in organic chemistry. So in this next videos, we're going to have about 6 IR spectra where we are assigning different compounds to different IR spectra. Okay, now let's see at spectrum 1. Spectrum 1 has, I gave two compound structure, compound C and compound B. So your task is to just assign which one is the best compound that fits this IR spectrum. As you see, all of them are carbon-hydrogen bonds, as you see. And if you just look at here, the 2900 and about for CH stretching, you can see all of them should have CH stretching. As you see, both should have the same. But here the main difference in these two compounds is that one is aromatic compound with CH, and the other is a double bond. Here, if you have that H and this H right there, compound B has this CH stretchings, and this compound C has this CH stretching. So I would assign this CH stretching, which is for a double bond sp2 carbon hydrogen, just about 3100. That is 3076 actually. The exact number can be 3076 inverse centimeter. And the rest CH is for the alkyl chain. Alkyl chain is just below 3000, the CH stretching. And those are what you see. The carbon-carbon double bond also, you should remember, carbon-carbon double bond should have a medium intermediate about 1650. Around 1650 you'll see a peak. So this could be the same for this one as well. This one also has CH stretching, which corresponds to this and this. So the only difference I can make between B and C in the future is aromatic compounds. You should remember, aromatic or benzene ring, depending upon what the kind of substitution it has. This is a mono-substituted aromatic ring, just one substitution. You will see overtones here. You will see in this region overtones. You can see a small peaks that are specific patterns below around 1600 to maybe about 1800. You'd see peaks around here for aromatic ring. But if you don't see aromatic ring, which is the case in this compound, maybe this compound is not C, rather it belongs to compound B. So aromatic ring always has overtones, overtone peaks between 1600 to about maybe I would say 1700. These are here. So we'll see when we solve this particular compound, we'll see the spectra of this. But this spectra corresponds to compound B. In most cases, understand that we'll have also another data to really match the compounds. But just you can use the maximum knowledge you have to solve just using the only IR. For example, you could be given molecular weight from mass spec. So that corresponds, or that corroborates compound B. But for now, our best guess is compound B. This compound B belongs to this spectrum. Okay, now we continue to the next spectrum. Spectrum 2 has these two compounds A and compound B. Remember, the common thing they have in this structure is they have OH, this is from alcohol, and you have OH from carboxylic acid. Basically, it might be confusing because the OH stretching frequency is shown in this case, OH. This is an OH stretching around between 3300 to 3500 is the OH broad spectrum here, as you see, that corresponds to OH. The rest, as you see, these are the CH1, CH stretching, of course, for any hydrocarbon. Those CH stretching are around 2900 or 3000, just below 3000. You see those. So if you are given these two compounds, what is the best strategy you have to do? So in these two, the main difference is this is an alcohol, but this is a carboxylic acid. The carboxylic acid has this carbon-oxygen bond, which is very different in IR absorption spectroscopy, meaning carbon-oxygen double bond is around from 1650 up to 1800 is we see a signal for this kind of carbonyl oxygen. Okay? In this case, we don't see that. This is 1500 and below that is the fingerprint region. We don't see anything above 1500. So this compound, this spectra, doesn't belong to this. So the compound actually is F. So this is compound F. Okay? Not compound A, because absence of this. You don't see this. This is not there. So this carbon-oxygen double bond, that's the functional group, which is carboxylic acid. Even though it has this OH, might be confusing because you see the OH stretching there. Both should have OH, but you don't have this carbon-oxygen bond. Therefore, this spectra belongs, spectrum 2 belongs to compound F. Okay? So I'll continue to the next one. Okay, here you have clear compounds. One is an ether. The first one is ether, functional group. So ether versus alcohol, F, alcohol. Ether is D and alcohol is F. Obviously, immediately, this is a very easy spectra to solve. You have the CH stretching. It is in both of this because all of them have CH stretching. That is not a surprise. But for F, you should have seen no OH stretching here because you should see it between 3300 to 3500. It usually comes here. It's a broad spectrum for an alcohol, and you don't see that. So immediately, this is an ether compound. Actually, you could see this stretching frequency, which I believe would correspond to probably this should be a carbon-oxygen bond, and also these are also characteristics of carbon-oxygen at 1100, I would say to 1200, usually the carbon-oxygen. You can see those. This also can have the carbon-oxygen, but that would not be a very distinguishable. The main thing that help you to distinguish is the absence of OH in this. So this is compound D. Okay? I'll continue to the next. Now, we just saw earlier these two compounds with two different spectra. Now, the question is, in this case, The CH stretching is still there, 3100 for this. The CHs can be CH stretching. These are CH stretching up to, those are just less than, I would say, 2900, less than 3000. You should always see that, less than 3000, which we see here. But you have also just above the 3000 for maybe sp2, for sp2 carbon, CH stretching a little greater than 3000. So in both cases you have CH stretching that is possible above 3000. But as I already told you earlier, there is a very characteristic overtone signals. These ones, you see, if you see this are up to, it goes to even up to 1800, I believe 1900. These are all called overtones. So these are related to aromatic ring. So this compound will not have these overtones here. So overtones are characteristics of aromatic ring. Those are very small peaks, but they have a specific pattern for a benzene ring, and they are situated starting from almost 1600 to 1800 or up to 2000. But they are very small, and also they have a pattern. So that pattern depends on the substitution of the aromatic ring. For a mono-substituted aromatic ring, you would see something like this. That's what you see here. So this compound spectra is C. Okay, you have compound A, which is a carboxylic acid. Compound A is an acid, and compound E is an ester, a T-butyl ester group. COOR, this is, the ester is COOR. The acid is, it is COOH. So this is an acid, this is an ester. So the only thing, this CO can be confusing because you have this strong peak at 18, maybe 15, 16, around 1700, 1750 to maybe 1800. If you see that, this corresponds to the carbonyl group, CO. Both have CO. So that might be confusing. It may not be characteristics, but in the future we'll see the carbon oxygen in ester is much higher than the carbon oxygen in the ester, in an acid. But that may not be a conclusive way to deduce this. Rather, there is a very good clear peak that you see, a very broad peak here starting from 1700 up to 3000. It is very broad. We call this broad signal. That is always a hydrogen bonded OH stretching. So that belongs to an acid, whereas you don't have it in the ester group. Hence, this compound specifically, even though both have this carbonyl, possibly have this carbon oxygen double bond in both of them, but the only characterizing peak that is absent present in the carboxylic acid is OH. So this compound is A. So the spectra belongs to A. Okay. Now exactly what you saw earlier. We just saw that one, a carboxylic acid versus an ester group. Now E and E are coming back, but now the spectra is different. As you see, this has an CO stretching frequency, which is 15, 16, 17, maybe 1750, around 1750 or 1800. Both should have that. Maybe that may not be a clue that can immediately tell you the difference. They are the same in that aspect. But in this case, as you see, you don't see OH. No OH stretching. OH stretching. Therefore, this compound is not A. Therefore, it's not compound A because there is no OH in this region. You don't see anything here. No broad signal around here. Therefore, this is an ester, which these are CH stretching, what you see, an alkane around here, which is this, but it doesn't have the OH stretching here. Hence, I would easily conclude this is an E compound. Okay, so I think we finished with all of the spectra, the 6 spectra, and we're going to do more practice and more problems in the next video. Thank you.